Yeah, welcome to the JSR Open Meeting. It's October 16th. And yeah, um, I don't really have any specific agenda topics today, but maybe if anyone else
Um,
wants to discuss some stuff.
I have just one thing. That's going to be landing specifically in Dino for JSR dependencies. So we have now the ability to express a minimum dependency age. So we added to JSR a way to that whenever a package gets published, it says its date that it was published at. And I'm just adding, there's a PR open in Dino for, you can specify the minimum dependency age. So you can say, oh, I only want to install dependencies that are like 2 days old or such like that, different scenarios like that. I'm just now adding that to the config files, so that should be hopefully in the next patch release is unstable. And that'll be quite nice. And it works for npm dependencies as well in Dino. But
Cool.
I think that works today right now with the node compatible, like with the npm compatibility layer. Like you have the ability to still express with JSR dependencies a minimum uh, age for dependencies. But yeah, it'll be coming to Dino soon.
Interesting. I've never seen that before. Never seen anyone ever use something like that.
For npm.
Yeah, or like in general.
Yeah, I got more popular now with all the issues on npm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if we're already talking about npm, one thing that npm has that JSR currently does not have is security related stuff. So like having an audit, etc. And
Hmm.
yeah, maybe that's something we should explore at some point in the
Yeah, definitely.
near future.
JSR is likely so small at the moment that we're not seeing those kind of attacks. But yeah, for sure in the future.
Yeah. And I mean, I know people have asked for it already before, and it's just, yeah, I mean, it's not that difficult. Yeah, exactly. That PR in the Dino repo about adding a Dino audit subcommand brought up the discussion a few days ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, so probably at some point we'll add it. Makes sense, especially
Shouldn't that be a JSR command instead of Dino?
JSR commands are literally just the Dino CLI wrapped. So kinda doesn't matter. Let's put it like that. Like anything
It would work for JSR subcommand.
yeah,
I mean, sorry, the JSR command.
yeah,
All right.
like anything that is implemented in Dino as a subcommand will also be available via the JSR subcommand. And anything that we would want to add to the JSR subcommand specifically will make its way into Dino in some way or another. We still want to
Sorry,
separate.
I said subcommand and then network the JSR command. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, at some point we still want to make JSR an actual standalone binary, not wrapping around Dino, which isn't that difficult per se. But yeah, David, how's that progressing?
Yeah, it's not. It's like actually a little bit difficult because it would require. There's a lot of stuff we have in Dino. We'd have to move it out of the Dino repo.
Yeah.
And, um, it would be a lot of work.
Oh yeah, not saying
uh,
it's easy.
I
yeah.
think didn't I read somewhere that JSR uses a pretty old version of Dino?
Oh, that might actually.
And
I'm not sure how it's set up. I've never looked actually at the GSR CLI. That was all Luca and
Oh, it
Marvin's
might have been
doing.
pinned once. Marvin was. Do you
Yeah, Marvin
remember?
pinned it once because stuff was breaking because it was still in the early phases. Let me take a look
I
if
wonder
it's
if that was
pinned.
never unpinned.
I, that would be not great. Let's see.
Yeah, do you know where the code is for that?
JSR-io/JSR -npm on GitHub. Download.ts is my guess. Yeah, fix 3 months ago. Pin Dino version to 2.3.7.
Hmm.
So probably we should unpin that.
Yeah, we
That's
should.
not good.
It's at least the version's not too old, but it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I But in my head, it was 0.5 point something, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that bad. The reason was for it was pinned due
TS
to an
config
issue.
related.
Yeah, due to an issue. Let me quickly post that issue in the chat here. There we go. And welcome. So yeah, dry runs suddenly started failing. And
Yeah, it's because basically Dino started understanding TS config automatically much better, and I guess that might have caused some issues. We should look into that.
this was mentioned in the like a week ago. Was mentioned in the ESLint repo as well. Why? Not sure.
Anyway,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just they were complaining about
yeah, we
stuff
can look at
breaking. Like showing that stuff can break. But yeah. Yeah, we should unpin it. Right, it should be fixed now.
well,
or not yet.
Let's test it and then see.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously first test it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, but again, it's not that old of a version, so it's not terrible. But yeah, we should update it. We're gonna unpin it. All right. Well, does anyone have any other topics? You know, we could continue talking about security stuff if people want to discuss anything about security. This all seems related to that problem. Publish error different on CI. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, it seems like tsconfig is affecting somehow. Publishing to fail differently via CI and not CI. That's also not great. And yeah, I guess still we need to look around a bit about what exactly is going on with this. Another issue that has been popping up is publishers just hanging forever, and seems exceedingly much as well, which is not good. But I have not seen or found a cause for this, and this is something that Luca needs to take a look at, because I am familiar with the whole infrastructure aspect with Google Cloud around that. I have my doubts that you know, David, right?
Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about that.
Wonderful.
I've never dealt with the infrastructure.
Yeah. Let me take a look quickly at the admin dashboard and see what the
I did
fixes are
think,
like.
I thought there was like alerts for when that happens though. Like,
I guess no. I thought so as well, but I guess no.
somebody disable them? That's not right.
Or maybe the trigger for them is broken.
Yeah. We'll need to get Luca to look.
Yeah. Okay, I found one that is failing. Let me quickly look.
I personally haven't had any issues, but
yeah, same. Autofail after 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, that actually should be. We should actually have that as well. Because I saw one that was going on for like a month or something like that. Which is not good. Security issue. I've never seen that one. I was not. Yeah, I was on vacation when that happened. Like literally the day I went on vacation. So I did not see that. Let me take a look at that issue. but I don't think we got any additional contact from that. In this report, I like to share details with you as well instead of posting them publicly.
I don't think I have access to the security tab on the JSR repo.
Security, let me take a look. There's nothing. There's only the Panda bot, but I mean, it's the Panda bot. It always complains about everything.
Yeah.
No, there's no advisories or anything. Let me quickly take a look at the email inbox. Though I did not see anything.
I feel like that the docs for that should be slightly updated to say to report in it in the JSR repo under the the
Yeah, security advisories. Yeah.
area.
Is it even possible? Because the security tab just says it doesn't have a security policy yet.
Oh, well, we probably should fix that then.
Yeah. Well, I guess the docs say to go report it to Dino right now, but that doesn't really make sense. And there is a security policy there at least.
Okay,
Yeah, we should have add something to JSR.
Yeah, I'm not gonna write a security policy now because I'm gonna leave that to someone that knows their security policy stuff, and I ain't that person. But yeah.
Well, we can just add. It looks like it's just a security.md file, and there's like auto-generated.
Yeah, there's an auto-generate one that you can see when I go on a tab, but still, maybe better to just make sure that's actually correct and not some random stuff.
I'll see about setting something up after
fair.
this meeting.
Fair. I mean, probably can copy and modify a bit the one we have in the Dino repo.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't see anything in our email inbox related to any security things. So no, we did not get reached out to by that user. But yeah, okay, what was the topic we were just discussing before security was coming up? The advisory.
Hanging builds.
Ah, yes, thank you. Hanging builds, yes, correct. I was pulling up the Google Cloud Platform just to make sure that I don't see anything clear, but then again, it's Google Cloud Platform, and using that is awful. I feel like these people that made these infrastructure platforms like AWS and Google never considered user experience and findability of the right things, but hey. Let's see, this is Cloud Run, the tasks, let's see. And I'm already lost. Oh no, there we go. Not sure if these are actually the errors or just... Yeah, there's definitely something odd going on there, but nothing that would be relevant. Like the logs are just... There's a lot of spam about a warning, but nothing relevant to hanging builds. Let me take a look. Jobs. There's no ongoing jobs, even though it says that there's a task processing currently. So, yeah, I'll have to ask Luca because this is out of my expertise. Hopefully we can get a resolution for this because this is not great. And welcome. Yeah, So hanging jobs, hopefully we can fix that quite soon because it seems quite problematic. All right. Anything else? Other ideas, topics? Last week we extensively discussed search, but yeah, I mean, no progress on that. But as mentioned, it will happen sometime this year. Again, more likely towards the end of the year.
About that, I actually submitted a pull request to improve the search bar.
Oh, I
if
did not
anyone
see
can
that.
have a look at that.
Yeah. Well, I have a bunch of PRs to review.
Can I ask a quick question about binary images?
What exactly is your question about that?
So I'm a maintainer of Pollar's library, and there's a lot of users that are looking for me publishing to JSR,
Okay.
but we're publishing TypeScript with binaries, which are Rust binaries. And I think that's not supported right now by JSR, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's correct. It's something we'd really like to add. But yeah, there's not a way to do it right now. Unfortunately, it still needs to, like, the best way to do it is to publish to npm and then just use the binaries from npm. But I think there's an open issue. I'll try to find it in the next couple of minutes. But
Yeah, I
yeah, it's
believe
not.
I brought it up. Others brought it up. I just want to make sure it's on the roadmap.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the things we'd like to add. I just did a talk a couple weeks ago on JSR, and that was one of the main points for the future is binaries and just having assets, the ability to do that.
What's the issue with that,
Would
actually?
there be a limit? Because the binaries they were publishing with Rust, I mean, it could be 40, 50 megabytes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like yeah, I'm not sure what the limit would be.
Currently
We'd want it to be large.
Yeah, I mean, currently we have like maximum file limit of 20, I think, megabytes, but we can
Indeed.
always add exceptions. Like, that's something we have the capability to do.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yes, I see the search hints to package search hint use scope. Okay, yeah. Someone is getting spam calls the entire day. Yeah, I'll review that search hints PR and after the meeting. And I really need to get through all the other open PRs because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be landed, but a lot of stuff needs review from Luca as well. But yeah, I'll go
Awesome,
through
thank you.
all them and see that we can land a bunch of it because there is a big backlog. Yeah, so that's search. Trying to think, there was another big topic I had where it came up recently, but I can't remember what it was. Security, search. One thing I was discussing with some of the Node folks, now it's been 2 months I think since, but still, is looking into adding JSR support directly in the npm CLI. And I mean, yes, it would be great. And I started working on that a while back, but besides the code base for npm CLI being very complicated, the likelihood of such a PR getting accepted is unknown, completely unknown, because npm has no ties to the Node folks directly, and they would be in favor of JSR, but if npm says no, there's not much they can do. And the likelihood of npm saying no, I would say it's relatively high, because why would they want extra complications for a competitor to add capabilities for a competitor if you want to see it like that? Though I don't think necessarily there's competition, since both are not necessarily okay, I guess npm technically has profit or revenue in some way, but profit definitely not. The infrastructure costs of npm are insanely high, So I don't think that's a thing that would block it, but it is still introducing a new piece of infrastructure, and whether they will want to accept it or not is completely unknown. So I guess the best bet is just continue working on that work on implementing JSR support in the npm CLI, open a PR, and see if they will accept it. It would be good though if they would, because that would drastically change things a lot for JSR. People would just be able to use npm with it.
Yeah, but since npx JSR works,
Yeah, it does, but it's not great.
no, okay, native implementation would be better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, we just need to see and push that forward and hope for the best. But yeah, any other topics? Or else I guess we could end the meeting a bit early.
Something I'm curious about is you just mentioned the infrastructure costs of npm,
Yes.
and JSR obviously has those costs as well.
Mhm.
And it's currently Dino forking over that bill.
Correct.
Is there any plan to basically separate that part?
Well, that's kind of the whole point of the foundation work of opening JSR Foundation, but that has been on hold just due to a lot of complications behind the scenes. That I'm not gonna get into details now, but there's just, well, opening a foundation is not something you can just quickly do, and being
No,
part
obviously.
of an existing foundation, there is a lot of paperwork and stuff like that, and just if people even want that, etc. A lot of bureaucracy basically is the blocker for that. But yeah, I mean, the bill is not bad at all, and the good thing is that in the case of JSR is that we started implementing JSR with scale in mind, especially with us already having experience in infrastructure and having like deploy and scaling that. Unlike npm, which at the beginning didn't really seem to have much concept of being ready for the scale it was, because well, they never expected that Node would get that big, which makes sense. So basically npm is just a bunch of patches on top of patches trying to get it to, well, survive without it crashing, pretty much. I mean, it's not quite like that, but you can see it in that way. And the costs, obviously, already, it's not optimized in any way, whereas JSR was from the get-go thought and somewhat optimized to not be insanely expensive. So it shouldn't be like costs are obviously something that needs to be kept in mind and things that need to be optimized for, but also not a big concern, I would say.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
No problem. And yeah, then I guess we can end here early, since the meeting is supposed to finish in 4 minutes anyways. Or if anyone has a topic they want to bring up last minute, we can discuss that. I see someone typing a message. Let's wait a second. Or not. Alright, then if nothing, then alright then. Then I'll see you at the next JSR meeting, which is, wait, let me check. In 2 weeks on the 30th. Wonderful. Alright, yeah. Then yes, see you at the next JSR meeting on the 30th.
And keep in mind the time zone changes.
Oh God. Yeah, I guess so. Not sure what the best way. I know the 30th is still fine, at least on my calendar, but the one after that seems to be a bit shifted by 1 hour. Not sure what we necessarily want to do here. Do we want to pin it to be the correct time, or do we want to adjust for time zone? Maybe Andy, you have any opinion on stuff like that?
I think whatever is the most convenient for everybody else. So yeah, I'm not totally sure what that would be. But yeah, we can discuss offline and
Yeah.
figure it out and make sure everyone knows.
Yeah. Maybe just keeping it for 6 o'clock. My time is 6 o'clock. Everyone else obviously different time.
That'll
Might
be
make
5 European time.
I mean, I am European time, and it's 6:30 for me right now, and we started at 6. So if we keep it at always 6, even with time zone shift, maybe that's
The
the
clock
best.
changes on the 26th.
On the 26th? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, for me the calendar entry stays the same. It didn't shift for time zone. Oh well, yeah, we'll discuss and see and make sure that it's the correct time, that it works for everyone.
Sounds good.
All right then. Then I'll see you next meeting. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.